our country is not as safe as we all would have loved it to be, in the sense that security is a public good, and this public good is the responsibility of the state. The security of life, properties is vested on the state, and it's the state that should give all of us the minimum basic we need to live in a secure environment where we will not be bothered about what's going to happen to our properties and our lives. But unfortunately, that's not where our country is at the moment, and it's troubling, and the writing that's on the wall, it's not looking good, and it's something worth worrying about and something worth trying to find a collective solution to the problem. And the reason why crime is so in the increase, our criminal justice system to a point has become a revolving door. Revolving door in the sense that criminals come in and come out. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about the incident that happened at my house, the incident that I went through. It's rather unfortunate that most amongst us, especially on social media, we tend to harbor anger against people we don't know nothing about. We tend to despise people we know nothing about. We tend to despise people that we've never even interacted with. The first thing, if someone has been boggled, if you cannot sympathize with them, just let them be. But no, because you hate Nyanjai, you find that as an opportunity to further hit on him. But Nyanjai doesn't care how you feel or what you think. I think it demonstrates and clearly exhibits that people are so hateful in this Gambia of ours, a very small country, but we are so hateful to the point someone's misery is something you want to cheer about. Someone's issues that are of concern, you know, how can we be a people and be brothers and sisters keepers if that's the mindset we have? How can we be so hateful when your fellow countryman or countrywoman is going through issues? The more things happen in this country, the more I understand that the Gambian has always been not a very nice person. And thank God to social media, our true colors are coming out every blessed day, because we act without knowing that we are doing hateful things, because that's who we are, unfortunately, once again. You know, yesterday I posted a photo of this girl after I realized she was older than 18 years old. Why did I post it? Well, I took this lady to the police. But let me just start at the genesis. I was at home about to step out with my wife. Someone was outside with a plate of banana. Very pitiful. Very, you feel sorry. Papa, dama jai banana. Mane ko mangi ni dama yakamti dama gena. Bana benenyon. Dimbale masuma nyibe den ma door. So I felt sorry. But I didn't even get to buy one banana. Got into the car, me and my wife. We were leaving the house. My wife told me, this lady is still at the gate. So I stopped the car, went to her and said, Mungadem, munema okay. She just turned around. Soon as I left, she came into the house. Told a 5.5-year-old boy, sa papa dafa jenda banana siman, munenga joh mahalis. And naturally, the kid's instinct just rushed to the dresser. $75 it was there, gave the kid $75. And she said, no, wahud bobo, mune mungi ame halis bu bari ci bir neeg bi, ma won la fum neka. She came into my bedroom, ransacked all the nightstands and the drawers, found money and left with it. I came, the kid told me, kinga wax pour mu jël si halis bi pour banana bi jox na ko ko. Mané ko man joxuma ke jaayuma jënduma ken banana. So I went on to the CCTV. I saw everything that happened. So I said, you know what, if you take this to the police right away, one, they don't have resources, two, they may not make it a priority to get to it. And for me, this was a priority because I felt like I was raped, I was violated. She really broke the sanctity of my house and my sanctuary, And therefore, I wanted to get on the bottom of this. I slept over it. Saturday morning, I got out, drove all the way to Burusubi Turntable roundabout from traffic light, showed the photos to, hawkers around there. When, I checked all around, all the way to the Sukuta Women's Garden, she was in there, and around Afrimet, she was in there, and past the LP or Le Parisien on the road, she was in there. Then I came to traffic light, did the same, she was in there. Then I went to Westfield. Whilst at Westfield, I showed the photos, out of their Nekafi, she hangs around here. So I stayed there for 4 hours without my car, just staking, watching, and looking. And I found her sleeping right by Banjul Pharmacy. I didn't touch her, I didn't hit her, or nothing. Got her in the car, and whilst I was taking her, there was a police officer there, a traffic officer. Bro, dama buga andayo chi police station bi. Maneko, no problem. So I told the police officer, no problem, we can go together. Whilst in the car, the police officer told me, we live in an age of social media. You putting this girl in the car, everyone has seen it, and I was standing by. So if they took a video, I would have been on it, and they said, what did the police do about it? So the police escorted me all the way to Kairaba police station, and whilst at Kairaba police station, I gave that police officer $200 to get a town trip back to his duty station at Westfield. So no one touched her, no one verbally abused her. Now at the police station, the young girl not only admitted after looking at the videos, but said this is something that they do every time, to the point she told me 2 places that she is boggled with her team. One was Maroon Supermarket, and I called the owner of Maroon Supermarket, who is a friend of mine, that I have a young lady here. She said that a red car was parked outside. They got into it, got a bag that had a wallet and documents, and they took it. Yes, it's true, and we caught others, but there was one at large, and that was her. After that, another lady, I don't want to mention her name, very famous Gambian lady, lives in Fajara. The banana lady, that's how she called her, did the same. And that is the reason that that photo was important, because without that photo, people would not have been coming up because they recognize her. But the issue was not the photo. It was Nyang Jai who put the photo out there, and the hatred people harbor for Nyang Jai could not have been hidden. So it just came out, and it's so rather unfortunate that people are not looking at the big picture. And especially those living in Europe and America, of neighborhood watches, and what people do when they see suspicious people in their neighborhood. They post it out there, and you people living there are not complaining. So why, when we're doing that to protect our neighborhoods, protect our lives and our assets and properties, it is becoming a problem? It's not, there's always a hidden agenda and issue. The issue is not about that girl. The issue is about Nyang Jai being the reason. And that's why I said, let's deal with the message and not the messenger. The more people allow the personality to be the issue, it clouds your judgment, because you're not looking at the substantive issues behind what that messenger is trying to put out there. And like I said, it's rather unfortunate. So whilst at the police station, the police needed to go to her house and other places to pick up things that they can pick from her. Guess what? She's been lying to the police all along. And I went to a point and I asked her, because the police were in Kololi for almost an hour and a half trying to figure out where she lives and who she gave the stuff to. A shopkeeper? No. The shopkeeper said it's not true. Other people she named? Not true. You know what she told me? Dolen mamuna japa, bepare man tamit lima jel ngeen buga ko jelat. Think about how daring, and that's an insult. You cannot catch me and expect me to give back my loot. And now people are telling me that the face of such an horrendous human being should not be put out there for everyone to see and make sure that they don't fall victim to her. What kind of people are we? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us Gambians? That we see something wrong, we cannot call it out a wrong because we despise the person who is calling out the wrong. it shows our indifference. It shows our insensitivity. It shows our hatred. And it shows that all is not well in this country. Because if all was well, trust me, we will rally behind each other to make sure that we try and endeavor to have a crime-free society. But no, they rather make sure that Nyanjai is put down rather than have a crime-free society. And that is the problem I see in this country. It's a problem, guys, and we need to find a way to stop hating unduly. You cannot hate someone you don't know, like I said. You cannot hate someone that you have never interacted with, and hadn't it been for social media or Facebook, if that person stands next to you, you wouldn't even know who that person is. So why are we like this? Why do we hate people who are different? Why do we hate people who we disagree with? Why do we hate people that we just dislike? What's wrong, Gambians? What's wrong? That's what I want to know. What is our problem? What is our problem, you people? That's what I want to know. Why do we behave in such a manner? I mean, I've learned a lot in 24 to 48 hours about how much hatred is in this country. I took my own personal resources, my time. I've spent in excess of 6-7 hours combing and scouting and looking for this girl frantically, anywhere between Churchillstown, the cooperative, traffic light, turntable, and Sukuta Women's Garden, only for people to just hate what is happening. I am worried, and my worry, honestly, I think is founded, that if we are not careful, we will be hitting and trying to be killing each other unnecessarily, because we just hate the person we're looking at, we hate the person we're interacting with, and this is bad, man. It's, to be honest, I mean, I went to bed last night reading the comments from ordinary everyday Gambians telling me, you need to put this picture down. And I said, damn, these people, one, they have seen the footage on the video. Two, I have told them exactly what the girl said. Imagine catching someone, that person telling you, and now you are telling me put her face down? Guys, we cannot fix our country if we harbor ill will and hatred towards our fellow compatriots. We cannot fix our country if we are not each other's keepers. We need to be mindful of that. Dislike and disagree with Nyanjai for what he represents, for what he stands for, and for how he thinks. It's a God-given right. It's yours to have. You don't have to agree with me. And that's the beauty of diversity, divergence, and democracy. Don't agree with Nyanjai at all, because if we all agree, this world will be very bland. Don't agree with him, but one, respect him, and two, don't despise him. Allow him to be the next human being. You know, if we do that, we will live a better life, and we will have a better country collectively.